Movie starts with two neighboring kingdoms. One kingdom is of humans, ruled by a greedy king. The other kingdom is of Moors, where magical creatures live. There, a little fairy named Maleficent lives on a tree. She is a friend of all creatures living there. One day, a kid comes from the human kingdom and steals a jewel from the River of Jewels. Pixies Knotgrass, Hazlet, and Flitter inform Maleficent about the human kid. She goes to meet him and takes the jewel from him to throw it into the river. She takes him towards the human kingdom. The kid tells her that his aim is to go to the castle, but currently, he's an orphan and living in a barn. Before leaving, he tells her his name, Stephen, and extends his hand forward. Maleficent shakes his hand but suddenly takes it back upon Stephen's question. She tells him that he is wearing an iron ring, and fairies get hurt from iron. Stephen throws away his ring and promises to come back. Maleficent is impressed as Stephen is poor but still threw the ring. She thinks about him all the time. Stephen comes after a few weeks and continues to visit. Their friendship changes to love. On Maleficent's 16th birthday, Stephen gives her a true love kiss. However, to fulfill his ambitions and earn money, he doesn't visit Moors for long. Maleficent grows up into a powerful fairy and guards Moors. One day, King Henry comes to attack the powerful creatures and occupy Moors. Maleficent tells them to go back, but Henry makes fun of her and orders the army to attack. Maleficent calls tree branches, creatures made of tree branches, and they start fighting with the army. Maleficent goes to the king, but he hurts her with iron and runs back to the castle along with the army. The king gets ill and announces that whoever takes his revenge would be the future king and his daughter's husband. Stephen, who has grown up and serves as the caretaker of the king, also listens to this. Stephen goes to meet Maleficent, and they both recall memories. During the conversation, Stephen gives Maleficent water, and she falls unconscious. Stephen makes sure that she's sleeping and tries to kill her, but he loses courage. He looks at Maleficent's swings, thinks, and takes out iron chains. In the morning, Maleficent wakes up in pain and sees that she has lost her wings. She cries a lot. While escaping, Stephen also sees her but takes her wings to the castle. He shows the wings to the king and claims that he killed Maleficent. The king becomes happy with him. Maleficent becomes unable to fly and walks. For a fairy, wings are very necessary. Maleficent is still in sadness because of Stephen's betrayal. One day, she sees a human preying on a crow. She turns the crow into a human using her magic. The person runs away, and the crow tells his name, Diaval. He becomes Maleficent's servant as she saved his life. Maleficent sends him to the human kingdom to get news. On coming back, he tells her that Stephen married the king's daughter and now he's the king. Maleficent turns Moors into a dark kingdom and starts ruling the creatures. One day, Diaval informs Maleficent about celebrations for King Stephen's daughter. In the celebration, the king is sitting with his queen on the throne when three pixies arrive. With his permission, they give blessings to Stephen's daughter, Aurora. They wish her to be beautiful, happy, and lovable to all. By then, Maleficent comes there and curses Aurora. She wishes the same as the pixies but adds that on Aurora's 16th birthday, she will injure her finger on a spinning wheel and sleep forever. Hearing this, King Stephen begs Maleficent to take the curse back. Maleficent makes fun of him and extends the curse, stating that Aurora will only wake up from her sleep with a true love's kiss. As Maleficent and Stephen know that true love doesn't exist, Maleficent leaves. Stephen throws away all the spinning wheels in the castle's dungeon. He sends soldiers to kill Maleficent, but she creates huge walls made of branches around Moors. Stephen gives Aurora to the pixies until her 16th birthday, to live in a forest. The pixies turn into humans to take care of the baby, but they are unaware. Diaval finds the cottage and takes Maleficent there. She doesn't like Aurora at first and gets annoyed with her cries of hunger. Diaval feeds her and lets her sleep. Maleficent and Diaval keep an eye on Aurora until she grows up. They take care of her, and Aurora also meets Maleficent. Stephen keeps talking to Maleficent's wings, inside a cage, and keeps sending the army to destroy the walls. He ignores his wife, and she dies. Time passes, and Aurora grows up. She is curious about Moors and the walls she sees. Maleficent fights with soldiers, faints, and takes her inside Moors. After waking up, Aurora says to Maleficent, "I know you're my godmother," as she's been looking after her since childhood. Aurora becomes friends with other creatures of Moors. Time passes, and Maleficent starts caring about her. She starts loving her and tries to take back her curse but fails. Uncomfortableness grows as Aurora's 16th birthday approaches. Stephen sees Maleficent in nightmares and orders labor to make more iron day and night. One day before Aurora's birthday, Maleficent tries to explain the evil in her world to Aurora. Aurora wishes to live in Moors after her birthday and goes to the Pixies, her aunts, to inform them of this decision. There, Prince Philip, who lost his way, meets Aurora. Diaval gives hope to Maleficent that with Philip's true love kiss, the curse will end. Maleficent says true love doesn't exist, that's why she cursed Aurora this way. Aurora goes to the Pixies to tell them about her decision. The Pixies tell her the complete story, and Aurora goes to Maleficent to ask about the curse. She gets angry and goes to the castle on a horse. Maleficent tells Diaval to bring Philip. In the castle, Aurora meets Stephen, but he gets angry as she came before the appointed time. He locks her in a room to keep her safe and starts planning to trap Maleficent. Aurora knocks on the locked door in her room and follows voices to the dungeon. She touches a spinning wheel made of magic and falls asleep according to the curse. Maleficent gets to know about the completion of the curse while riding with Diaval and takes Philip to the castle. Upon seeing iron traps, Diaval stops her from going inside. Maleficent safely reaches Aurora. In Aurora's room, the Pixies tell Philip to give a true love kiss. Philip does so, but Aurora doesn't wake up. The Pixies take Philip out of the room. Maleficent, full of tears, says sorry and kisses Aurora's forehead with her true motherly love. Aurora wakes up by Maleficent's true love's kiss. They both are happy. In the castle, Stephen comes to know about Maleficent. Maleficent and Aurora try to go back, but Stephen weakens Maleficent with iron chains. Guards stop Aurora from saving Maleficent, but she makes Diaval transform into a dragon. Diaval throws soldiers and removes the chains from Maleficent. The guards trap the dragon and surround Maleficent with iron chains. Maleficent tells Aurora to run away. Stephen, wearing iron armor, comes toward Maleficent and attacks her. Aurora frees Maleficent's swings, which fly and attach to her. Maleficent becomes powerful again. She throws soldiers and frees Diaval. She pulls Stephen with a chain and takes him outside the castle. She takes him to the castle's roof, removes her chains, and tries to kill Stephen but loses courage. She turns to go back, but Stephen attacks her, and they both fall down. Maleficent saves herself with her wings, but Stephen dies. In the last scene, Maleficent removes the walls around Moors, transforms Moors to its real condition, and makes Aurora the unified queen of Moors in the human kingdom. The moral of the story is that true love is not only between a girl and a boy but could also be between parents and friends.